Hi viewers, welcome to Let's Talk Everything Dogs with Kenny, the best channel with the best dog content. Today we are in Blaq with Tulani Manana. There has been a conversation that has been ongoing in South Africa about the pitbulls, whether pitbulls should be banned, they should be regulated, or they should not be banned. So as Let's Talk Everything Dogs with Kenny, we decided to delve into this conversation and inform you as our viewers concerning this whole issue. And once again, viewers, if you have not subscribed to our channel, we urge you to subscribe to our channel to learn more about dogs. And again, thank you very much for supporting the show and also watching the show. And last time we informed you that we have a sponsor, Java Pet Food. If you wish your dogs to have a healthy coat, to have proper bone development, proper immune system, you wish your dogs to be healthy, do yourself a favor and your dogs. Visit the nearest pet shop and buy Java dog food. As we start with the conversation, please stay tuned and learn during this conversation. Hi sir.
How are you doing?
I'm good in yourself. Thank you very much Tulani for honoring invite to be on Let's Talk Everything Dogs with Kenny.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you sir. Tulani, I think you've seen on the media there has been conversation and debates about pitbulls. So we decided to come and talk to you as a dog trainer so that our viewers can have more knowledge and understanding of exactly what is happening, because a lot of people, they don't know what's happening. Some are making comments but they don't understand exactly what's happening. So before we discuss about pitbulls, I just want you to tell our viewers, what is your background?
Okay, my background in dogs, take it as far as 2002,
yes,
when I started dogs.
Yes.
So it's over 20 years now. And then the first breed I was introduced to as a youngster, it was a pitbull breed.
Yes.
We had a guy here in our area, Jimmy Holly. He was a known breeder.
Yes.
He was a known breeder for pitbulls. And then as years went on, I started seeing the differences in the pitbulls.
Yes.
The dogs that I saw before were your thoroughbred pitbulls that have been registered on paper. And then as years went on, you started getting like your famous singer, Pitbull. Yeah. When Pitbull came in the game, he changed the whole game when it comes to pitbulls. Your pitbulls, your thoroughbred pitbulls, they are found in you get three colors.
Okay,
you get your red.
Before we go there, I just want you to tell our viewers about your qualification. Do you have a qualification in training dogs? Yes. If you do have a qualification, where did you get your qualification? And then what qualification do you get?
Okay, I've got several qualifications. The first one, I got it from South African Dog Training College.
That's right.
Quite a certificate there. They deal mostly with obedience and a bit of like agility and so on. And then my second course, I did my explosive course, 2016 through Meckham Dinner. So I saw the two worlds, the obedient part and then your working side of dogs.
The working side of dogs, okay. Do you also train people concerning dogs?
Yes. We actually train the people. We don't train dogs.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a big mistake where people think that we train dogs. It's the owner. A lot of people get dogs with no research done, and then it becomes our problem. That's when we come in and then let the people understand what type of dog they have and how to deal with such problems. Because a lot of people, it's behavior. They have a problem. They don't know what to do. Like for instance, your pit bull, as soon as it's just going up and down the yard, they don't know how to control such behavior. So we train people, and then the people then train the dogs.
Okay. So then Utulani, then after you've done your necessary training, then you opened
Blaq Dog.
Blaq Dog, right?
Blaq Dog,
okay.
Yes.
Take us through Blaq Dog. Why did you open dog? What was the need? What made you to open Blaq Dog?
Okay. I went away from home for about 2 years.
Yes.
And then in the 2 years, I went more into the security.
Yes.
Into the security. In security, they mainly use shepherds.
Yes.
So in the shepherds, we're looking at dogs with high drive, like your Pitbulls.
Yes.
So I needed a name. I needed a name that, you know what, I want to come home, I want to start a company. But what would I name it? So the word Blaq, the word Blaq, you can say it's a synonym of enthusiasm, synonym of agility.
Yes.
So something which is always on the move. Yes, and then just add the dog at the end.
Nice.
So yeah, the company was established 2020 August.
Okay. So talking about now the Pitbull now. So can you tell our viewers about the origin of the Pitbull? Where does it originate from, the Pitbull? And I understand that when the Pitbull was bred, it was bred to be a fighting dog. That is when I do the research. You correct me if I'm wrong. Please tell us about the Pitbull. Where does it come from? What was the purpose of the Pitbull when it was originally bred?
Okay, Pitbull originates from the States in America. And then they used to have a game where they used to do a lot of bull baiting, bear baiting.
Yes.
And then after that has been banned, that was in the 1835.
Okay.
Then guys that used to do a lot of bear baiting, they decided to make their own sport. And since we had such dogs that can fight bulls,
yes,
and now the law now has banned that, then we started getting guys who are doing it underground. Underground. So if you're talking about a putty, it's a dog mainly, it's bred to hate other animals or other dogs.
Yes.
And then it just became a multi-billion business.
Okay. So which means the Pitbull has a fighting gene in it.
Yes.
So is it a fighting gene to fight human beings, or,
no,
or is it a fighting gene to fight other dogs or animals?
The way it was bred, yes, they were bringing it for the fighting gene.
Yes.
And then towards people, it never had, it will never ever turn it will never ever turn towards a person.
Yes.
They wanted to be sure that we have a dog that should we put it in a fight, we should be able to go there and get the dog ourselves.
Yes.
We should get some breeds that will backbite,
yes,
but not a thoroughbred Pitbull.
Okay. So what, obviously, from your explanation, this dog was bred to be a fighting dog, and then it was not bred to attack humans.
No.
So it means something along the way happened to that. You know, because now we are seeing on social media where Pitbulls, or what is allegedly to be a Pitbull, is attacking people. They are killing children. And then this has caused a huge debate in this country, that, you know, these dogs, you know, some are even saying these dogs are wild animals. They belong in the wild. You know, they're not supposed to be where people are living. So what went wrong, Tulani, according to you as a dog trainer?
What went wrong is, if you understand a pit bull,
yes,
for instance, let's say you're a Rottweiler.
Yeah.
Rottweiler is bred with the two colors, your black and tan.
Okay.
So there's no way you breed two Rottweilers and get a blue puppy,
yes,
or a white puppy, or a red puppy. So when it comes to pit bulls, a lot of guys started now to breed other dogs in the pit bull. For instance, you'll never get a thoroughbred pit bull with a white eye. You'll never get a thoroughbred pit bull with the blue coat. So guys took pit bulls and then they started breeding other dogs into, because of it was all about the looks. Some guys would take pit bulls and breed with your Ken Corsos or your bull mastiffs or your burros. And if you put those two genetics together, you're no longer going to have a dog which is friendly to people. Because if there's a burro in, it instinctively, I need to protect. I need to protect. So guys messed up it's because of the crossbreeding.
Okay.
Crossbreeding, and then they only keep what looks like a pit bull. Because they messed it up. You get different types. You get your American Pit Bull Terrier, you get your Staffordshire, you get your Steffi, you get your Bull Terrier. They all fall under the bully family.
Yes.
Then guys were like, why should everybody know that I got a dog from you? So let me create my own. So it was more of a business thing, and people just kept on crossbreeding. That's why we have till this day.
That's why we have this
But after all dogs are aggressive. all dogs, yeah, you're talking from your tiniest dog, your Chihuahua, to your pit bull, to your biggest dog, they do bite. Just that anything that looked like a pit bull, it was known as the killer, whatsoever.
Okay, so now you get people, the people, they get pit bulls. Some I want to have a pit bull because I want to look cool for status. Some they get pit bulls for status. Some they get pit bulls because pit bull is perceived as this aggressive dog. If I have a pit bull in my yard, it will protect me. So without understanding the dog, the breed itself, what kind of a dog is a pit bull. So what Thulan, I would like you to explain to our viewers, when one is about to acquire a dog such as a pit bull, what must they do in order to understand exactly what am I bringing into my family, so that at least things that we are seeing in the media, they can be minimized, if not stopped.
Okay, the one thing that I would say is, number one, do your research about the breed. Do your research about the breed, and please get a pit bull from a known breeder.
Yes.
And then other thing, you have to know yourself that am I active? Am I athletic? Am I a busy person? Because such dogs, with any other dog, with your pitties, you get two lines of pitties. You get your working pit bulls, then you get your show pit bulls.
Okay.
So people who don't know, they see it as a pit bull, not knowing what they're buying. You may say that I'm a calm person, I've seen a pit bull on TV, it's not that bad. But not knowing that whatever that you're going to buy, it's more in the working line. And in the working line, that's one of the dogs that we see around the media. Dogs attacking people because they got so much drive that you can't handle. So please research, know where you're buying, and then let the breeder tell you all the ins and outs. And then other thing, if you're not a breeder, the one who buys the puppy, if you're not going to be a breeder, I recommend that you sterilize that dog. Sterilize that dog, because as soon as they hit their testo levels, those dogs can be out of control, if not stimulated physically and mentally.
Okay. So sterilizing the pit bull, does it help to minimize the drive?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
And then at what age or months must I sterilize?
Around 8 months. Around 8 months, yeah.
Okay.
But your vet should tell you that we're bringing the dog at a certain time.
Okay. So you mentioned that different types of pit bulls, show pit bulls, and also the working pit bulls. So obviously, if I'm buying a pit bull from an unregistered breeder, sometimes that unregistered breeder will not know whether this pit bull is it a working pit bull or a show pit bull, because they don't have the paperwork, the documentation. So what is your take on that, in order to avoid people buying a pit bull not knowing it's a working pit bull or it's not a working pit bull?
You usually see it with the parents, eh?
Yes.
You usually see it with the parents.
Okay.
Yeah, because a lot of dogs, they inherit the behavior from the parents. So if the mother, you show, if your mother is more soft, more soft going, those puppies are more likely to be soft as well.
Yes.
So you always look at the parents before. Look at the parents before. And then also have your reason why you want a pit bull, because a pit bull is not a cat dog.
Yes.
It's not a cat dog.
I think explain that, because a lot of people think a pit bull is a cat dog. Please explain.
No. A pit bull, it's more for companion. As I said earlier, that it was a dog bred. The gene of attacking people, it's not there. It's not there. It's not in its nature. So you must look at your dogs proper. Your guard dogs are more of your bulls, your Rottweilers. Your pit bull, it's more for your sports.
Okay.
And also companion. So never expect your pit bull to guard you.
Okay.
And then you get people who doesn't know much, and then they'll start training those pit bulls to attack. So now you're basically teaching a dog something that it was not bred for. So you get most dogs that get irritated. That, okay, that's not in my nature, but they're bothering me a lot. So let me just defend myself. But otherwise, no pit bull. I've trained a lot of pit bulls. I've put a lot of pit bulls in law enforcement. Pit bull to me was never a dog that would attack kids.
Okay. All right. So I just want to know your opinion on this issue. People are attacked by pit bulls. Children we saw in Bloemfontein. I think it's an 8-year-old child that was attacked by a pit bull, and unfortunately the child passed away. There was another incident in the Eastern Cape. So there's a lot of incidences that have been happening. So what is your take on that? You as the dog trainer to learn.
My take is education.
Yes.
My take is education. Teach the youngsters.
Yes.
Teach the youngsters, because a lot of youngsters don't know, and they keep provoking those dogs.
Yes.
They keep provoking. So as elders, as parents, stop your kids. Stop. You teach them that this is a dog. If you do something bad, the dog will imprint on that, and then the dog would always do the same behavior. That okay, every time I get poked, I have to defend myself.
Yes.
So try to teach as many kids as possible. We do go around using the pit bull itself, around schools, around kids, just to teach them how to approach and what not to do and what to do.
Yes.
There's the only way to actually stop it.
Okay. So a lot of political parties, Tulan, I think also maybe you've also noticed this. I'm not going to mention a specific political party, but our political parties, they're not vocal about this issue that much. And this is, I believe this is a national crisis, especially when lives of children are taken away. So you, Tulane, as a Blaq Dog, what is it that you are doing in your community? You mentioned one, you take people to schools, to different places to educate them about the dogs. What other things are you doing in order to educate people about the pit bull?
We do a lot of outreach programs.
Yes.
We do a lot of outreach programs, and then when we can, we go into schools, and then during school holidays, most of the kids are around. And then they come in, and then I just teach them all about dogs. And then I've checked the past year. Checked the past year since I started this thing. That there's actually a lot of difference now in the area. That I've got my youngsters who teach the next. They stop doing that. It's not like that dog will bite you whatsoever. And then I just hope that the word will just be spread.
Yes. Okay. So what do you wish to see from our current government as far as this issue of pit bulls is concerned? In terms of their involvement, if there's any.
I'd rather not say much.
I'd rather not say much. Okay. So there are a lot of calls in Tulane where people are saying people should be banned. There's different school of thought. One school of thought says pit bulls should be banned. Another school of thought says pit bulls should not be banned. Another school of thought says no, they should not be banned, but there should be regulations or regulated. You as the dog trainer, what is your position as far as the banning, not banning, or the pit bulls to be regulated?
No, they shouldn't ban. They shouldn't ban pit bulls. They shouldn't ban pit bulls. The one thing that they can do, your bigger officials.
Yes.
I'm okay with them going around, because a lot of people have to be assessed.
Yes.
Have to be assessed before getting that breed, because it destroys our careers.
Yes.
Destroys our careers because of people who don't know much. So I would say no, it's the people. It's the people. A person who has a pit bull should be taught.
Yes.
Should be taught. If it's not fit to own a pit bull, rather take it away.
Yes.
Rather take it away. We need to make sure that the dog meets all the criteria.
Yes.
Will the dog have enough freedom? Will the dog get enough exercise? Will the dog get enough stimulation? If it doesn't meet that, then ban that person, not the dog. Not the dog. Not the dog.
Okay. So I foresee that as time goes by, as much as the current government is dragging its feet as far as this issue is concerned, but there's coming a time where this issue will be tabled in Parliament, where there will be discussions. As a dog trainer, obviously, we have an interest in this matter to learn. Maybe somebody from the Parliament is watching our show. You never know. Is Tulane saying I'm available if they want my input as far as the discussions, the debate, as far as the pit bull is concerned, in terms of tackling this crisis that we have? Is Tulane available if they want to contact Tulani to come and make his submissions?
I'll gladly assist them. I've got enough evidence using Pitbulls myself.
Yes.
That this is what I do with my Pitbulls.
Yes.
So I'll gladly assist them.
Awesome. Okay, thank you very much, my brother. There's currently people who are owning Pitbulls to learn. This will be our last question. People are owning Pitbulls, or some they are intending to get a Pitbull themselves. Can you please tell our viewers, for those that are owning Pitbulls, what are the do's and don'ts? Those who are intending to own a Pitbulls also, what are the do's and don'ts?
Okay. The don'ts.
Yes.
Don't get a dog for protection.
Yes.
Don't get a pit bull and we keep him on a chain.
Yes.
Don't get a pit bull and keep him in the cage. And then the do's, just keep that dog stimulated. Pit bulls is one of the breeds that crave for affection.
Yes.
They crave no matter how small the space is, they would always be there with you. So if you only have that time with the dog, or 2 hours a day with the dog, rather not.
Yes.
Rather not get the dog.
Okay.
So yeah, just focus more on will I be able to?
Yes.
Or do I have the time?
Yes.
Or do I have the energy? If you don't, I'd rather get a different breed.
Yes.
I'd rather get a different breed. And then for those who have pit bulls, keep them stimulated, keep them well socialized, especially socializing.
Yes.
A lot of people get dogs, they don't socialize that dog. You can't take a dog, keep it at the back of the house. Year after, when it sees people, it's going to be terrified.
Yes.
It's going to be terrified.
Because it's not used to people.
It's not used to people. So socialize your dog at all times. And then through your help, we'll gladly assist those who have pit bulls.
Yes.
Just to fight this thing of painting.
Okay. Thank you very much, Tulane. Viewers, you heard it from Tulane himself. The debate is ongoing. The discussion is ongoing. It does not end today. If also you wish to comment, you can comment on our comment section on YouTube, whether pit bulls, should they be banned, should they not be banned, should they not be regulated. And when you comment, please do give your reasons. Your reasons will help us also when we take the matter forward, possibly to Parliament, and then other submissions as we have submitted will also be presented should Tulane be invited in Parliament, or should Let's Talk Everything Dogs with Kenny be invited in Parliament. Viewers, stay tuned for our next episode. Thank you very much for staying tuned on this current episode. We'll see you next time. Cheers.
Vandaag ik zoek met die tijden, check je bakkaat, als ik er tijden, Nalenja takker op lijn, die harde kop aan haar koepele vibe, Hanare zakken te blind, Hanare zakken te blind, Nalenja takker op lijn, die harde kop aan haar koepele vibe, Nalenja takker op aan haar koepele vibe, Nalenja takker op lijn, die harde kop aan haar koepele vibe. Vandaag ik shop bij die dialen.